Hello, Andrew Smith here again. Now that you've learned a little bit more about the company Usana Health Sciences and the products that they manufacture, I'm confident that you'll be interested to learn more about the income opportunity and the earning potential with the Usana business. Now, just before we do that, I just wanted to introduce you to a couple of concepts that I want you to think about as you watch the second half of this video. First of all, I want you to think about the potential to leverage your efforts and also the potential to get paid on the efforts of other people through the downline business that you're going to be building. So when you come to the compensation plan, just think about how that can generate an income for you 24 hours a day, and you're no longer in this situation where you're trading your time for money. The other thing that I want you to think about is the long-term potential of this business. Perhaps you enjoy what you're doing now in terms of work, but think about the potential of this business in 2 years, 5 years, or even 10 years' time. And this is something that entrepreneurs are always looking for, is opportunities where there's longevity in that business. So without further ado, I'm going to let you start watching the second half of this business presentation, and I'll speak to you again very soon. Thanks for listening.
Okay, welcome back everyone. I'm rather conscious of time, so I'm going to go straight in and start to talk about the business side of Usana and how you can put the Usana pay plan to work for you, potentially to generate a small extra income, or maybe even if things work out well for you and you're committed to building your business, you could potentially achieve financial freedom from this opportunity. So the points that we're going to cover in this half of the presentation is today's reality, what the reality is if you're employed by someone else, and the financial situation that a lot of people find themselves in. We'll talk about the industry and trends relating to network marketing and also relating to the health and wellness industry as well. And we'll talk about the company. I'll show you about how the company distributes its products and show you how the pay plan works and how you can build your business, making use of the products and also the support from corporate headquarters. We'll also talk about the training and support provided by myself, provided by our team, and also provided by corporate as well, and why the timing is so great to be looking at a business in the health and wellness sector. So today's reality, basically what we're saying here is that the average household is finding themselves in a huge amount of debt at the moment, whether it's mortgage debts, credit card debts, any sorts of personal debt is kind of mounting up. In the United States, the average household owes over $84,000 in debt, and it's a very similar situation here in the UK. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, ultimately, what that means is if you're employed by someone else, usually you'd be paid monthly. You'd get paid at the end of the month. You'd end up losing a huge amount in taxes. Then by the time you've paid your existing bills and paid back on your credit cards or your mortgage, there's very little money left for yourself. And then you find yourself in a situation where your money runs out before the month runs out, and this is very much the unfortunate situation a lot of people find themselves in, and hence they spend more money on their credit cards, and the cycle continues. On the topic of taxes, the average person may work between 4 and 6 months just to pay their taxes, depending on what tax category you're in. This is because you earn a set proportion, you earn a set amount of money each month. Before you even receive that money, a third, even as much as a half of that has gone to the government in taxes and national insurance before you receive it. And that's basically what happens if you're on a PAYE, pay-as-you-earn scheme. So there is an alternative, however. If you're self-employed or you're a business owner, then you calculate your own tax payments at the end of each year. The way this works, instead of paying tax on everything your business or your work takes in, you only pay taxes on the taxable income or on the profits. Just to give you an example of that, say your business earns £40,000 in a year, but maybe you reinvest money back in. Maybe you bought a new car, maybe you bought a new laptop, clothes for your business, travel expenses. So maybe your profits are only £20,000. If you're a business owner or you're self-employed, then you only pay taxes on the profits. So you'd only pay taxes on what's remaining after you've bought those things that are relevant to your business. Now, if you're employed by someone else, you still have those expenses. You still need to travel. You still need clothing. You may still need a laptop. But then if you purchase those things as an employee, you're buying those with after-tax money, whereas if you're a business owner, you would be buying those with before-tax money. That's one of the many benefits of a home-based business, and many people, many accountants and tax attorneys would actually recommend that you have a home-based business, even if it's just for the tax advantages, if you're currently in employment. This guy here, Sandy Botkin, former tax attorney, he says the light is at the end of the tunnel. Is the financial opportunity that starting your own business offers. every American taxpayer who works a full-time job and does not have a side business is probably overpaying taxes to the tune of $3,000 to $9,000 a year. Very much the same situation here in the UK. If you have a home-based or a side business in addition to your employed position, again you can take advantages of those tax-deductible expenses. Things like your business pack, your business tools would all be tax-deductible expenses, so you can claim up to a third of the money you spend on your business back at the end of the tax year. Some of the other benefits: you don't have employees. Everyone that starts a Usana business has exactly the same opportunity. Everyone has the same opportunity to be successful, and it basically comes down to whether you're willing to go out there and speak with people and are committed to building your business. By the same token, on the flip side of that, you don't have a boss. I work with various people in this business, but none of them are my boss. I was introduced by a guy called Nick. He was my sponsor in the business, but he's not my boss. It's entirely up to me when I work my business and when I'm out there talking to people about my business. I'm not, although I feel as though I'm accountable to him because I'm grateful that he introduced me to the business, I'm not going to have him on the phone 24/7 making sure I've done my work. You don't have a set workplace, home-based business. Most of my time spent on this business is at home or in business meetings, in coffee houses or at people's homes. It's a very, very simple business to do, and it's providing you've got a phone, a computer. You don't even really need a computer, providing you've got a phone and you're willing to go out there and meet people. There's nothing to prevent you from being successful. The income potential with a business is significantly higher than with traditional employment. This particular opportunity offers an unlimited earning potential. There's no limit on the amount of money you can earn from this opportunity, simply because as your business grows, there's always room for expansion in your business, and as your business grows, your checks grow. And then at the bottom there, the tax advantages as well that we've already covered.